you can reclaim your power to feel, to rest, to dream, and to choose on your terms. Hey family, and welcome back for your Lunar Energy Check-In for June 2025. If you have been feeling powerless, overwhelmed, as if your fire has burnt out, you are not the only one. The moment we're moving through right now is systemic, it's energetic, and it's also ancestral. There are forces in the world, both visible and hidden, that benefit when we are exhausted. They also benefit when we're distracted and unsure of ourselves. That's part of what we're exploring today. Why so many of us are feeling untethered in this moment, and how to begin reclaiming what is ours. Plus, accessible practices to help you move through them with clarity and care. Just like last time, I will be closing with an intuitive card pull from my favorite Moonology Oracle deck. If you're interested, it is linked in the description. And yeah, if you're open to a little cosmic guidance, stay with me to the end and we'll see what messages want to come through. This month is a special one because it holds heat and healing. It is as personal as it is collective. And we're being invited to return to our power through the elements of fire and water. We're also being invited to return to our power through passion and presence and truth and tenderness. We are moving through a Sagittarius full moon on June 11th, which is going to invite us to not only reclaim belief, but also clarity and forward vision. The Cancer new moon on June 25th is going to ask us to come home to emotional safety and to come home to our ancestral wisdom and to our intuitive restoration. So as Gemini season draws to a close, and I can't believe it already is, like, what is time? But as Gemini season draws to a close and we enter Cancer season, the energy is asking us to explore what's beneath the surface, as water energy tends to do. The Sagittarius full moon in particular is here to remind us that belief is not foolish. Belief is the beginning of liberation. And that's why so many of the powers around us try to drain us of our belief, try to drain us of our faith, of the possibility of a better world. But the beautiful thing about this moment is that it is acting as a bridge from expansive dreaming to deep inner tending. This month's theme here on the channel is in full color. And to me, that means reclaiming the parts of ourselves that we have dimmed or denied or diluted in order to survive. It means taking up space, not only externally, but emotionally and energetically, right? It's about letting the fullness of your spirit rise to the surface. On that note, we are moving through an arc this month. We are moving from the burning fire of belief to the sacred waters of restoration. We're moving from internalized powerlessness to radical remembering. With Saturn and Aries right now, we're also being taught to discipline through self-leadership. Not the old kind of discipline that's rooted in punishment. I'm talking about the kind that says, I trust myself to show up, I trust myself to stay grounded, and I trust myself to protect what matters most. This full moon in Sagittarius is a call to release the beliefs that keep us small. It's a call to reclaim the visions that we have tucked away out of fear. Sagittarius is the truth seeker, the storyteller, the freedom wielder. And when the moon is full here, it illuminates the parts of our worldview that are ready to shift. It asks us, what are you ready to believe again? But if we're going to be honest about the state of the world right now, belief is really hard to hold on to. We are collectively grieving as we are continuously witnessing horror after horror everywhere from Palestine to Congo to Sudan and beyond. When we hope, we risk disappointment. But as astrologer and Reiki master Laura Chung says, sometimes that's all we have to cling on to. And maybe it's not just hope. Maybe it's remembering that we are the earth and we are the cosmos. This full moon is ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and luck and wisdom. This is about completion. At the end of it, there may be some sort of parting gift, whether that's a truth or a breakthrough or a lucky shift that we've been waiting for. Something that confirms you're not crazy for believing in something better. I want to share something I wrote. I wrote this the other day to post on Threads, and I just haven't shared it yet. And it says, they don't want you to believe that healing is possible. They don't want you focused. They don't want you free. But you are not powerless. You carry medicine, and you have the capacity to contribute to the healing and justice this moment is calling for. This is your reminder that clarity is power. Your dreams are not naive, and your belief in a freer future is part of what helps birth them. So let's talk about the new moon in Cancer now, where Sagittarius asks us to dream wide. The Cancer new moon invites us to return home. Cancer is inviting us to reconnect to what feels safe and sacred and deeply true for us. Now, Cancer is ruled by the moon itself. It governs emotional safety, belonging, lineage, and the invisible threads that connect us to our roots. So this full moon is really a time to slow down and feel. It is a time to remember that rest is not withdrawal. It's a part of how we return to the work. It's how we remember ourselves. So this lunation is definitely prone to stirring up some grief, some nostalgia, some old emotional patterns, even longing for places or people who feel like home. It also may remind you that you're carrying both the wounds and the wisdom of your ancestors. It's okay to let yourself soften. And softness, especially for us who are made marginalized, is beyond revolutionary. Under Cancer's nurturing waters, you are also being asked to reparent yourself, to tend to your nervous system, to trust your gut, and to remember that you don't have to wear a hard facade in order to be safe. This Cancer the crab is very quick to put that shell up. Saturn in Aries reminds us again that emotional discipline isn't about control. It's about discernment. It's knowing what truly nourishes you. It's choosing to respond from your truth and not your trauma. So what do we do with all this? Here are a few simple but powerful invitations to help you come home to yourself this month. Journaling. You guys know I love journaling. I want to invite you to grab a journal, a notebook, a piece of paper, your notes app, whatever feels good to you, and take a few quiet moments to ask yourself, what beliefs are no longer serving me? What does emotional safety mean to me right now? What am I still holding on to that was never mine to carry? And I want you to write without censoring. I want you to allow yourself to be as messy as you possibly can be, because nobody has to see this but you. Let it be contradictory. Let it be sacred. Let it be yours. Your beliefs shape your reality, and this full moon is really a powerful portal to unlearn what keeps you small and to root into what makes you feel whole. Create a ritual. Light a candle, set intentions, place water, moonstone, or something ancestral on your altar. Ritual brings the invisible into form, and you really don't need anything elaborate or fancy. You only need the energy of your intention. Let this be a moment where you affirm, I choose to remember who I am. Create a space that reflects what you're calling in, whether that's clarity, safety, restoration, expansion. The intention is to make it sensory and make it yours. Speak. Use your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is a powerful magical tool. Maybe you record a voice note to your future self or to your inner child and you let them hear your love. Sagittarius reminds us to dream ahead, and Cancer reminds us to tend to what's behind. So use your voice as a bridge between timelines. Say out loud what you long to hear. And if nothing else, let your voice be proof that you are still here and that you are still choosing yourself. Rest. Literally just rest. It's not a luxury. It is very much a lifeline. We need rest. It is not laziness. It is very much how we return to clarity. So if you have felt emotionally overextended or energetically pulled into any directions, rest is your medicine. Let this be the month that you finally lay down the weight that you've been carrying. As an Ayurvedic educator, I often come back to this reminder that healing isn't something that we force. It's something that we allow when we create the right conditions. Whether that's rest or reflection or ritual, it's less about doing more and more about returning to what steadies you. The body, the mind, the spirit, they all respond to rhythm. And when we move in rhythm with the moon, we hear ourselves way more clearly. Let's close this moment with a little cosmic support. I'm going to go ahead and tap into the collective energy. What messages do you have for my lovely YouTube family spirit? Any additional messages as we close? We got South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. You know, as I look at this card, there's something about the color of the sky in this photo that is giving me portal energy or like timeline jump, new dimension. And then you also kind of see this black smoke coming in up top, right? To me, this feels like that's the start of a new beginning. It's the start of whatever it is that we've been calling in, but it's being clouded by this murky energy, whether that is the systemic energies that are, trying to keep us in a state of fear and submission, trying to rob us of our hope, trying to rob us of our tenacity. And this card is really saying not to let that hold you back. It can also be limiting beliefs that you're holding on to. Something from past conditioning that for some reason is making you feel like the future you're trying to call in isn't possible because you're not equipped, you're not able, you're not strong enough, you're not smart enough, you're not adept enough. And I think what Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon on the bottom of the deck is really saying is that in those moments of doubt, you should just trust that it's already written. It already is, Let's look at what the book has to say about don't let your past hold you back. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you are going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. The Attune to the Moon affirmation for this card is I release the past. Additional meanings for this card are a relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. I don't know if that resonates for you there, but there's a message. The teaching is the South Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us what we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The South Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. I've gotten this card so many times in my readings. There's age-old programming, there's age-old conditioning, that the systems around us have been drilling into our heads for literally centuries, right? And now is not the time to lose hope. Now is not the time to submit to them. Now is not the time to feel like we can't make a difference, because we very much can. Whether that is by organizing collectively, or whether that is from doing the work that we need to do on ourselves, right? In order to continue to evolve and to grow into the roles that we're being called into in order to serve the collective. Because what I'm also hearing is it's all smoke and mirrors. All that smoke, it's all smoke and mirrors. And when you look hard enough, when it blows over, you can see the truth, which is that we're not powerless. We have everything we need to make the difference, not only in our personal lives, but our collective lives as well. If you're looking for more support during these upcoming lunations, you can check out the Guided Resets playlist right here. You can also work with me one-on-one. Details for that are in the description, but for now, just let this be enough. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.